like a Hellcat.
Before we get started, I have a favor. If you enjoy my content and want to see me continue to improve in both quality and size, please check out my Patreon linked in the description. Any amount helps and it is greatly appreciated. There are so many rewards for each level of donation, so go check it out. Now back to the video. Hey everybody, this is Matt, the EmeraldAvenger. In today's video, we're back in Minecraft for Snapshot 21, W10A. This snapshot, they finally added a way to get the Lush Caves to naturally spawn, so we're going to check that out. First, they did some texture updates. They also added the cracked variants of both deep slate brick and deep slate tile, which is really cool. They also entirely updated the texture of cobbled deep slate, which can now be smelted. Into regular deep slate. They also added an infested version of deep slate, like, well, stone has, so pretty straightforward, honestly. So yeah, it turns into deep slate, pretty cool. They've also updated some of the textures, updated the texture of gold a little bit, made copper look a little more, or made iron look a little more normal. Didn't update the copper texture, but did add a deep slate variant, though it doesn't spawn naturally. It's purely for map making. Same with coal. They did update its texture in general, but it also has a deep slate variant that doesn't spawn naturally, but is there purely for for map making reasons. Lapis is it says that its texture has been updated. I can't really tell. The diamond texture for both has been updated ever so slightly, just to give it more the look of depth that it had, but it's still the same shape. Redstone's deep slate variant has had change, and same with Emerald. It was also a deep slate version added, so it could be you know, seen, or for map making reasons. There are a couple bugs in this snapshot. As you see, this is a naturally spawning Azalea tree. The only way to get these to spawn is to have a single biome world open, because they don't have the functionality added in quite yet. But there are a couple bugs. I can go into spectator mode, show off one real quick. Actually, I need to get this up. A weird bug. For some reason, there's a lot of Z fighting. With anything, it seems, with most plants, there seems to be Z fighting for some reason. As weird as I don't think this was going on whenever I loaded up the first world that didn't have the single biome activated. It's just doing it weirdly now. So I'm not really sure what's going on. And also, spectator mode seems to be bugged because you only see the outside of things. Like you only see the outside of things, and it's just really weird looking. But since we're here, this is a Lush Cave, and what Lush Caves entail says right here, Lush Caves. The Lush Caves underground biome now exists for use in single player worlds. It does not yet generate in other world types. Moss covers the floors and ceilings. As you can see, there's a lot of moss all over the place. Spore blossoms grow from the ceiling and drip down particles. I haven't seen a spore blossom yet. We'll go looking for one in a minute. And it only seems Z fighting happens when I'm moving, so there's clearly something going on. Hopefully that is fixed. It should be fixed. It 100% should be fixed. Contains clay pods with drip leaf plants growing out of them. Azalea trees love to have its roots in lush caves. If you find an azalea tree either underground or in a cave, you know there's a lush cave beneath you. Cave vines with glow berries grow from the ceiling and light up the cave. So, if we did a effect clear, it's actually relatively lit up. Of course, I have my brightness set up high because I'm basically blind. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And about what it seems is these don't always spawn underneath Azalea trees. They can spawn elsewhere, which is actually quite interesting. Yeah, that's what they look like now. Let's go and turn night vision back on. Let's go up here and find an Azalea tree. Here's an Azalea tree, and it will. Well, it said that its roots. Hold up. I think I've been fooled. So here's like the rooted dirt, but this one, oh, it goes all the way down. Hold up. Okay, you know what? That's actually cool. So it goes all the way down until it reaches one. See, you might be digging for a while, but I think that this one's leading all the way down to this one. Yep, that's where it's gonna go. See the rooted dirt here. It seems that this one is actually going to stretch quite far ways down. It seems Lush Caves can even spawn down here in the deep dark as of right now. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same in the next update. Well, that's what it is right now. This actually looks freaking okay. I feel like I'm in a mod. Mainly because of the Z fighting, because the Z fighting is quite distracting. Here's a Spore Blossom. But oh my lord, this is actually amazing. I actually love this. And see the new top texture. The new top texture actually does seem to blend with Tough a little better than it did. The last one looked a little too smooth. It made it look like the dripstone. I was hoping we would get both the dripstone and the regular one spawning naturally, but it makes me think the reason they aren't spawning naturally, you have to have a specific world type, is because they're probably going to be adding another one soon, and they just want to add all them naturally spawning without having to change the world at all at once. But they definitely do need to deal with the Z fighting issue. I haven't seen anyone else complain about it, mainly because I haven't checked the Discord yet. But oh well. There are some other small minor changes. Primarily to ore distribution. Like I said, there was the texture changes with some of the ores and with deep slate, because deep slate is just gonna go from iteration to iteration for a little while. With ore distribution, more emeralds are present in mountains, which we haven't even seen the mount update yet here. We gotta wait a little while for that. More lapis in general, less copper, gold, and redstone. Similar diamond, smaller diamond blobs, but slightly more frequent, less diamond ore overall though. Less iron, and it generates lower now. And in addition to that, if you somehow find a fossil underground, you used to, whenever it was up in like the regular area, like see, it's just like this usually would be letting me see into the void, but for some reason I'm seeing the outside of blocks instead of the far side. It's a really weird bug. But if you were to find a fossil, if it was in the top part of the world, it would usually spawn with coal around it. But being accurate to real life, how pressure and time affects carbon in the ground, I'm not sure if I could find. Well, I could try locate. No. Fossil? No, I can't locate a fossil. And I'm also not even sure if they would spawn since we're in a Lush Caves only world, but they would spawn with diamonds instead of coal around them, which is actually really cool, honestly. One of the cooler additions that I've seen. I saw someone request on one of the Minecraft forums that we get topaz, sapphire, and ruby geodes. Of course, all of them could be used to make the tinted glass, but the thought process was you could have different colors of tinted glass. Maybe they just add a full rainbow worth of geodes. So, man, I'm gonna have to go to creative, get out some colors. Hello? Minecraft might have just crashed for me doing that. Okay, as I was saying, there were suggestions that we get new geode types. and that each new geotypes would be able to make a different color of tinted glass that would pair up with their comparative, well, regular glass. So tinted glass, their suggestion was quartz. You could find quartz geodes, and you could find like smoky quartz, naturally spawning geodes. To give you the black, amethyst would give you purple, a sapphire geode would give you the blue, topaz geode would give you the yellow, and ruby geode would give you the red. Then maybe like rose quartz for pink. I mean, there's a lot of options, like rose quartz for that, aquamarine for that, peridot for that. There's many options. I would love to see more geodes. I also love to see more use for these things, because they're kind of like no use at all. Also, spectator mode did work ever so briefly whenever I logged back into the world, but then it broke again. So there are some issues with the snapshot that I don't know. Of course, it's a snapshot, so what do you expect? As always, thank you all for watching though. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Follow my socials, the channel, Discord, join the conversation page if you feel like supporting me. This is Matt, the EmeraldAvenger. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Peace out.